let's go back to the reporting a bit. You know already that we have different report formats like the tabulator format, the summary format, the matrix format, also joint reports and so on. I hope you also read all the articles I've posted under the previous videos. What we want to do now is let's have a deeper look and let's say on the fine tuning of this report. First of all, I want to talk about report types. In this course a few videos ago, we've created our own custom object. If you create a custom object and you want to create a report, you won't have here a report type out of the box for it, but you can create here report formats for it. Our custom object was this so-called customer information, and what we want to do now is we want to create a report type where we can see also the information from accounts and the related customer information to it. You see here, you have a lot of report types here. These are all standard report types provided by Salesforce. If you now work with custom objects, you're able also to do your own. Therefore, let's go to our setup and just type in report types. Let's create here our new custom report type. And as I said, our primary object will be the accounts, and we want to have our custom object, customer information related to it. So let's call this one accounts with customer information. You also need a description here. Just copy and paste it. And we have to store it in a category. These categories you can't, let's say, provide on your own. So you have to choose one existing. So I will take here the accounts and contacts. And here you have the status. You can either have it in a deployment as long as you're working on it, or you can just say deployed and work with it immediately. Now we have here a primary object. We click here to relate our new custom object, and that's the customer information. And here you can select each A record has at least one related B record, or A record may or may not have related B record. So I want to have the first option here. And now our custom report type is created. Here on the bottom you see which fields are available for this report. You have here a few. At the moment all are selected. You can deselect it, or you can also add other fields via a related lookup. So let's say everything related to a parent account. There you can choose which fields you also want in this report additional. So at the moment we have all our fields on the account, we have all our fields on our custom object. So we can go back, and it's already deployed to our reports, and create here a new report. We stored it and the account and contacts category, and you see here we have accounts with customer information. Just create a report. Let's go to all accounts and all time. See, at the moment we only have two of our customer information objects, and here you see you have all the information you need for the accounts, for example, and whatever you want. And you see here you have also all the related fields from our custom object, and then you know how it works. Just create here your own reports. So that's it for the report types. Just keep in mind you have standard report types provided by Salesforce, and you can create custom report types on your own. Now let's have a look at the report itself. I have here one report which is closed opportunities this year. So we have all closed opportunities for this fiscal year. We have summarized it by our offer type. So we have here 8 for description, 6 for 8 for perpetual, 6 for subscription, 6 for services, 1 for storage. That's our pick list values for the offer type. And you see here I've summarized it by the total contract value. Click on edit here, and what we can do now is we can add some highlights to this report. The first thing I want to show you is here this conditional formatting. You have it here, and now we can create a rule. You see we have summarized by the total contract value, and now we can say everything up to 600,000 is not okay, so we want the background color in red. Everything to, let's say, 1.2 million is totally okay, and everything above is completely fine. So let's apply this rule, and you see here now for the perpetual the amount is okay or is completely fine. For subscription is okay, and for service it's really bad, but overall it's fine. Yes, you can do this for every other example. You can do it for sales reps, or if you have open opportunities or closed opportunities by sales reps, you can use it here. It's just one way to visualize it. Another option you have here in your reporting is you can, let's say, create new columns, or in this case it's called bucket columns. So let's take our total contract value once again, and let's say for every opportunity which the amount is lower than 100,000, that's we'll call this bucket deal size, and say that's a small deal size, that's a medium one, and let's add another. Okay, then let's call it high. And let's say from 100,000 to 200,000, this is medium, and everything above is high. And you see now we just, let's say, created a new, let's say, call it field, custom field, just on the report itself. Usually you have this on the objects, and here we have, let's say, such a new called field, and now you see we have their small, high, and medium assigned to every opportunity here based on our total contract value. And we can now use this new deal size element also as a filter or grouping or whatever. The next thing are the so-called formulas or summary formulas. You can create, of course, formula fields once again on the object itself, but you can create it also just for reports. So let's add here a summary field. And as I said at the beginning, this report we have only closed opportunities, so closed won and closed loss. So what we want to have is we want to calculate the win ratio here in percent. There you have a formula opt-out type, and this will be percent in this case. And therefore we want to have all our won opportunities, so the sum divided by all closed opportunities, and apply it. And you see here now we have there a win ratio of 57% for perpetual and always 83% for subscription and service, 0 for storage, and overall it's 70% win ratio. Let's do this also the other way around, and let's calculate a loss ratio. Once again, we want to opt out in percent, and you see we do not have here any loss field, but we know the won and the closed amount. So what we can do is can say we want to calculate the closed ones minus the won ones. That should be the lost ones. And divide this once again with the sum of the closed ones. Can here also click to validate, and it works. And now we can apply it, and you see now it's always the opposite of our win ratio. So we have here a loss ratio again of 30%. So let's run this report once to show you the next feature. Now you see we have a report, we have this with our conditional formatting, we have our new bucket column, we have our formulas in here. And what we can do next is another feature here. We can subscribe to this report. So here you can schedule a frequency. So if you want to have it daily, monthly, weekly, on which day, which time, and also attach it if you want a formatted report or a detailed report. And you can then, let's say, run this automatically and you get a mail either to me or another person, can be also a public group. That's how you can subscribe to it. Now let's have a look at it, how you're able to do this also in Salesforce Classic. Here, once you go to the contract value itself, you can then here add bucket fields. You can click here to select your conditional highlighting. So in Lightning it's called formatting, here it's called highlighting, but it's the same. And once you want to create formulas, you can just here add formulas. And here it will look like this, and here you can select your fields and build your formulas to it. Once you want to, let's say, subscribe here to this report, you have to go to Salesforce Classic itself. Click here on the reports. And what you can do now is here you have this run report, and here just you can click on schedule future runs. It's just another wording for it. But you see here, it's the same option you have once you subscribe to a report in Salesforce Lightning. Once we're done with our reports and also dashboards, then also as a C-level admin or whatever, for every user role, there are always specific reports or specific dashboards that are needed more than once. And therefore, you can do it like you know it from your browser and just add favorites. So I just marked here this report. And now let's say I want to go to my account list. And you see now I have this report here in my favorite list. So if you have a few reports and dashboards you use more than once, or you use it quite often, then it's quite easy to do these favorites here like you know it from your browser also. Thanks for your time and attention. See you in the next video.